actually starting with some definitions. So when a number and its what are added? Opposites. You look in context of the whole thing. The number and its opposite are added. What do I get? What would they add up to?
0.
0. This means they're additive inverses. So that is the term for that. The formal definition of additive inverse, two numbers that added together equal 0. Okay? All it's saying is, if I start at -3, and then I go right 3, I get back to 0. That's what additive inverses are. Why is that important? Because this allows us to rewrite problems involving subtraction as addition problems. Additive inverse. It's kind of like our keep, change, flip, right? When we divide fractions, we don't actually divide fractions, we multiply by the reciprocal. Same thing with integers. I don't actually subtract integers, I add the inverse. Okay? So we're going to add the additive inverse for all the numbers so that we can change our problems. So we're going to rewrite the problem to add the opposite or additive inverse. So you can write either one. Opposite is shorter, so that's what I'm going to put up there. So I'm going to rewrite the problem to add the opposite. Then I'm going to follow the rules for adding integers that we just went over in order to solve the problem. So in other words, if I have 6 minus 7, I'm going to rewrite it. My first number is going to stay the same, so I write a 6. I'm going to change subtraction to addition, but because I'm changing the operation, I need to add the inverse. So what's the inverse of 7? Negative 7. So if I add 6 and negative 7 using the rules we just gave you, they're opposites. That means they're going to fight. So my answer is
-1.
-1 because the 7 is larger. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? Same thing here. If I have a subtraction problem, I'm going to rewrite it. I keep my same number on the first one, so I rewrite the -9. I'm going to change subtraction to addition, but when I change the operation, I need to add the inverse. So the opposite of 11 is? The opposite of 11 is -11. Now, my signs are the same. That means I'm going to do what? Add. They're friends. So I'm going to add them up. That gives me 20, and my sign stays the same. Now, the next one is where it gets a little more complex. But if you just follow this process, hopefully it'll make more sense. So if I have -3 minus a -8, again, I'm going to keep my first number the same. I'm going to change it to addition, and I'm going to add the inverse. What's the inverse of -8? Positive 8. So now I have different numbers. That means they're going to fight. So my answer becomes 5. The big guy wins, so it's positive. What do you mean, what did I change? I changed all the subtractions to additions. And then once I did that, I added the inverse of it.
Will they be the same answer? No, right?
Yes.
Oh.
Now, one thing that gets really difficult is this concept right here, guys, of subtracting a negative. Why is that positive? So, here's a little scenario for you. Elena was having some issues this morning. Her mom forgot to give her lunch money. So right before class, she came in and said, Mr. Warren, I hate to ask, but I want to eat lunch today. Can I borrow $5? And knowing Elena is exceptionally trustworthy, I said, sure. So, from Elena's perspective, if I were to write that mathematically, how much money did Elena start with?
0.
0. But then, I gave her $5, right? So, from her perspective, she has -$5 because she still owes me that money, right?
Right.
Is everybody okay with this?
Yes. No. I'm not okay.
Why not?
Because you should write out my words.
I'm telling you words because I don't want to have to write the whole story. But you can listen to the video if you need to hear it again. I know you've never listened to the video. So, from Elena's perspective, how much money does she now have? -5. Because she owes me $5. Is everybody okay with that?
Yes.
Okay? So now when Elena came to class, I said, you know what, Elena? You had the highest percentage of any student in my class for first quarter. So I'm going to take away that debt. Okay? So, mathematically, how do I take something away? Subtract, but what was the money in from her perspective? -5. But when I took that debt away, how much money does she have now?
0.
No,
No,
I gave her $5.
$5. No, she spent it on lunch.
No, she ended up not eating lunch, so she still has $5.
Then why'd she steal money?
She didn't steal money. She was going to give it back to me. That's why she didn't eat, because she felt so guilty about having the money. She decided she'd rather
Why
give
didn't
me
you
back
tell
the
us
money.
that?
Because it didn't come up till after the lunch was done.
Is that true
Are you not following the story, Maria?
No. Wait, she was in your class for lunch?
No, she can't. Go back and listen to the whole story.
What?
So, she came back now, and she was felt so guilty, she decided not to eat. She still has the $5. But I'm
Wait,
like,
so
you know what?
gave her $5?
You had the best score. I'm going to forgive that debt. I'm going to take it away.
Bro, how is that?
So how much does
So
she now
if you
have?
get the best score, we get $5 from you?
So do you understand why, if I take away something bad, it becomes positive?
No. Oh, because it's a negative.
Does that make sense? Does that help you understand why subtracting a negative becomes a positive?
It's a negative of a
Danny, do
negative.
not lean back in your chair. Mia. No, it's not a true story. I made it up. But the idea is to give you that concept of why subtracting a negative is a positive. Because that's something you can visualize and something you can understand. Danny?
So a negative of a negative is a positive.
Yes. Taking away a negative is a positive.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So, when I subtract a negative, it's the same as adding. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, given that, let's look at these. We're going to write the additive inverse. We're going to rewrite the problem and then solve it. So, we're going to use our additive inverse to rewrite the problems below. When I am rewriting my problems, my first number, just like in our keep change flip, stays the same. I keep it. So that stays as a -5. I'm going to change the subtracting to adding. Mia, can you reach back and just turn that board back on? But when I change it, I also need to change this number. So instead of a 9, it becomes a -9. No, it is a +9 right now. So now it becomes a -9. Two negatives, they're friends. That means I'm going to add those together. -14. Again, I keep my first number. I rewrite the 8. I'm going to change the subtraction to addition. The opposite of a -3 is a 3. My signs are the same. That means their friends get along. 11, it becomes a positive. My first number stays the same, 14. I'm going to change subtraction to addition. The opposite of 20 is -20. My signs are not different. They're going to fight. So, becomes a 6. The big guy wins. My answer is a negative. Maria, you can write any of these down? Again, my first number stays the same. Instead of subtracting, I'm going to add. The opposite of a -10 is 10. Now my signs are the same. That means they're going to add. They get along. It stays positive. My first number stays the same, -13. That looks like a B. The opposite of adding is subtracting, but then I need to do the opposite. So the inverse opposite of -7 is 7. My signs are now opposite. That means they're going to fight. The big guy wins, so my sign becomes negative.
Oh, wait, sure.
My first one, I keep the same. I'm going to change. Instead of subtracting, I'm now going to add. The opposite of 8 is negative 8. Now my signs are the same. That means they get along. They're good friends. And my sign stays the same. You got all of it now?
Yeah.
Good job.
Alright, oh dang.
This is, Andrew.
Why does the first number stay the same?
Because I'm not changing that.
Why?
Because it's still the same.
But then why do you choose?
But like the positive.
Because why? That's the better question. Why do I change the second one? Because I changed the operation. Because instead of subtracting, I'm adding. But if I add the inverse, it's still the same thing. Because adding and subtracting undo each other, right? And we talked about if I have the added inverse, same as adding a 0. So by changing the number, by changing the operation, if I just change it to the inverse, I really haven't changed anything. It's just making the math easier.
Wait, so basically,
There you go.
Is it still keep change flip if you're like multiplying and dividing?
No. Keep change flip is very specific to dividing fractions. That's why a lot of teachers don't like to teach it. You're multiplying by the reciprocal. So how you do it is keep change flip. This one, we're just keeping our first number, we're changing it to addition, so we can do the opposite on the other number. Okay? So that is your process for doing these problems. Now let's see if you actually understood it. There's a chance you've got 12 problems to do. I'll give you guys about 4 minutes. Okay, so this gets really interesting because several of the papers I've looked at, the students that really understand the concept failed to actually follow directions and would have gotten a 0 on this. Because what does it say? Practice subtracting integers by rewriting the problem using the additive inverse. So if all you did was write an answer, did you actually get full credit on this?
No.
No. So Danny would have failed once again. So then find the sum of each column, checking your answer with the provided sum. So you had 2 steps you were supposed to do on this. Step 1 was rewriting it using addition. So I rewrite 9 plus a negative 6. Now my signs are opposite, that means they fight. So my answer is what? 3. The bigger guy is positive, so my answer is positive. I rewrite 4 plus a negative 7. My signs are opposite, that means they fight. The bigger guy is negative. Negative 7 plus the opposite of 12 is a negative 12. Now my signs are the same, so that means it's going to be negative 19. Add up my column, 3 and negative 3, those are inverses, so that's a 0. Negative 19 is what I got on the sum. Our next one, 7 plus the opposite of a negative 3 is a positive 3. Now my signs are the same, that means I just add. It stays positive. 1 plus the opposite of a negative 9 is a 9. Signs are now the same, means I add. And 2 plus the opposite of 6 is a negative 6. Now my signs are different, that means I'm going to subtract. 4, the big guy's negative, so I take a minus 4. 2 tens gives me 20, subtract 4 gives me 16. That one adds. Negative 11 plus the opposite of 5 is negative 5. My signs are now the same, that means I'm going to add those up. Gives me a negative 16, sign stays the same. Negative 5 plus the opposite of 8 is negative 8, sorry, is 8. I now have opposite signs, that means they're going to fight. My bigger number is positive, so my answer is positive. 11, change it to plus. The opposite of negative 5 is a 5. So now my signs are the same, that means I just add, the sign stays the same. 16 and negative 16 are opposite, so that becomes a 0. Plus 3 gave me my 3 for the answer. Our last column, rewrite it, negative 6 plus the opposite of negative 8 is 8. My signs are now opposite, that means they're going to fight. The bigger guy is positive. 3 plus the opposite of a 9 is a negative 9. Now the signs are opposite, that means they're going to fight. The bigger guy is negative. Negative 10 plus the opposite of negative 5 is a 5. My signs are now opposite. That means we're going to fight. The bigger guy is negative. Gives me a negative 5. So I have two negatives. That gives us a negative 11. Plus 2 puts us at a negative 9 for our sum. So we added up correctly on all of those. Any questions on any of these?
No.
Is it making sense for you?
Yes.
Okay. So here's where this gets really interesting now, especially with our subtraction, is when we get into our word problem. You really need to break them down. One of the biggest keys on this is you need it to make sense. We just did the boot bargain quiz, right? You were supposed to buy a pair of boots?
Yeah.
Okay, when we bought the pair of boots, the boots were 15 to 20% off of $86, right?
Yeah.
And then you had to add tax in.
Yeah.
I had students, they had an answer of 17 for what they paid for the boots. Does that make sense?
No.
Guys, this is where you have to use your common sense. If it's an $86 pair of boots, I'm only saving 20%, and I'm paying tax on it. Does $17 make any sense for what you paid? No. So, what they did was they found what they saved, and they put that as their answer. That was not the answer. Okay? And unfortunately, that happened more than once. So this is why these word problems are so important, because it actually gives you context to make sense, to say, does my answer make sense? And it starts with breaking it down. So I want to see how well you guys can do this. I want you to work together as a table. Tell me what you know, what you need to know. Show me your plan and your solution. Make sure you have your solution in a full sentence. And make out all of the different pieces. Everybody should have the same on all of it. Marking your text, if you do that first, should help you fill in all of these blanks. So I'll give you guys about 2 minutes to walk through this. Okay, we mark our text. Taylor has $27 in his account. He then writes a check for $35. What is the new balance of his account? So there's our first question. And the second part, write and solve an equation. So we have two pieces that we need to do in this. So what is it we know? There's two major pieces. Ariel? He has $27. And what else?
He took 35 out of it.
Okay? Took $35 out. So what do you need to know?
The new balance.
New balance.
New balance. Oh, Cooper Flat.
Okay, so we need to find out what his new balance is. What is my equation? Where did he start? $27. What happened to the account?
Subtract.
Subtracted how much?
35.
35. Okay? So, given what we've just been going through, your first step should be to rewrite this as an addition problem. So I should rewrite this now. $27 plus a negative $35. So now my signs are opposite. That means what's going to happen?
They fight.
They fight. So if I fight, I'm subtracting 35 minus 27.
Equals 8.
So that is going to equal 8, but the big guy wins, so his answer is negative.
Wow.
So what is my solution?
He has
Yeah, negative 8.
Taylor now, Taylor's balance is now a negative $8.
That's crazy.
I know what's crazy is the fact that in the real world it's actually going to be a negative $38 because they're going to add a $30 fee to your account for bouncing it.
Ugh, that's just.
No, because I said bank.
It's really bad.
It's really bad.
Yes, Nolan.
How did I get negative 12? Because I subtracted 27 from 30. Did you do your subtraction? 27 on top and 35 on the bottom, and I subtracted and I got negative 12.
Okay, you did it backwards. Always put the bigger number on top. That's why I say subtract absolute values, and then the bigger guy wins. Okay, unfortunately, with time left, I need to walk through this one with you guys. So at the beginning of the day, the temperature is negative 11. As the sun comes out, it warms to a high of 13. What is the difference in temperature throughout the day? Write and solve an equation to represent the situation. Ooh, this is going to get really interesting. I'm sorry?
Oh, nothing.
So what do we know?
The temperature is negative 11 degrees Fahrenheit.
Temperature starts at minus 11 degrees Fahrenheit. What else do I know?
It warms up 13 degrees Fahrenheit.
Warms up 13 degrees Fahrenheit. So what do you need to know? I need to know the difference in temperature. That is extremely important for this problem. Because what am I finding? The difference. So where did I start? Negative 11. Okay? But what am I finding? The difference between that and what was the second temperature?
13 degrees.
13. Nolan?
Why can we not use Celsius? It makes more sense.
It makes a lot more sense.
Celsius? No.
Yeah.
Celsius does not make any
13
sense.
degrees.
Guys, we'll take that at a different time because we're down to 7 minutes. So I now need to rewrite my equation. So negative 11 plus a negative 13. Looks like a B. Negative 13 equals, my signs are now the same. That means I'm going to add. So that becomes 24. My sign stays the same. So my answer is negative 24. So what is my solution? What is my solution?
Your solution is the difference is 24 degrees Fahrenheit.
Is it negative 24 degrees Fahrenheit?
No, it's just 24 degrees Fahrenheit because you use the absolute value of it.
Because of the way the problem is worded. The difference is 24 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay?
Because it's not asking for a negative 11 is how much.
It's not asking how much it dropped or something, it's saying what's the difference. The difference was 24. So the difference is an absolute value because it's talking about a distance. Does that make sense? I'm talking about the distance between them, guys. That's why I dropped the negative for my answer. Does that make sense?
Yes.
That's why I said when I started working out, this is going to be interesting because my answer is negative, but I should not put a negative in my answer. The difference was 24. That's the distance between them. Okay, our last one. Use the hints to write the name of the student who found the missing number above the box. Javier's missing a number is 7 more than Dominique's missing numbers. So, minus 8 minus 17 becomes what?
Plus
Negative 8 plus a negative 17. So what does this one equal? Negative 25. 6 plus the opposite of 20, negative 22 is 22, so that becomes 28. Negative 13 plus the opposite of 5 is negative 5, so that becomes negative 18. So Javier's missing number is 7 more than Dominique's missing number. Which two numbers are 7 apart?
Negative 25, negative 18.
So which one is Javier?
Negative 25. I'm no, negative 18.
Negative 13 minus 5.
Do what?
Negative 18.
No, you're saying that was Javier?
No.
Okay, so you're saying this one's I'm glad that this was Danny saying this. So that you're saying that was Javier, or who was Dominique?
That's positive. Chris, more is like a higher value.
And why is Javier the last one? That's a lot.
Because Danny said it was.
Danny, you're wrong. 87 more.
Wow. I need to know I'm right.
No, he's right.
More is the higher value.
Right, so who's Dominique?
Dominique.
Is she the middle or the first one?
First one. Good job, Danny. Said something smart.
Big brain move.
So that means the last one is Val. Is everybody okay with this?
Yeah.
Good. Yes. Negative 25 is 7 further to the left than negative 18. Negative 18 has a greater value. So that is 7 more. I'm sorry? No, you're just supposed to be positive in your answer. Okay, which expression is equivalent? 12 minus 17. Well, let's talk about what we've just done, right? If I change it to addition, add the opposite, 12 plus or minus 17. Do we see that in there?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that was hard.
Yeah, that was really hard.
Since you're already packing up, Maria, before we even finish the notes, that's probably not a good thing. Which expression does not have a value of 3? So, negative 25 plus a positive 28, that becomes fighting. 3, that's positive. 16 minus 13, 16 plus a negative 13, they're fighting. That becomes a 3, the bigger guy's positive. Minus 45, minus 42, minus 45, plus a positive 42. The opposite, that means they're going to fight. No, plus a negative 42. That's actually going really negative. So that's going to be negative 87. That's not 3. And then negative 28 plus a positive 31. Now they're opposites, so they're going to fight. 31 minus 28 gives me a 3. There's our positive. There's our answer. Oh, which one does not have a value of 3 would be C. Sorry, guys. Helps read the question.
It's just like what some people do.
And, oops, there's the answers for the last period. So now you do have a center to watch the video of me. I just gave you all the answers to number 2.
Yeah, that's because you don't edit.
It's always on.
Okay, good luck, guys.